They say greed can make a man rich overnight, but in Okon's case, it made him rich inside his own belly. The village of Umueze was known for three things: its thick palm groves, its sweet wine, and one man who seemed to have the gods on his side, Okon the palm wine tapper. Every dawn, before even the cock crowed, villagers would queue outside Okon's small hut, holding calabashes and coins, waiting for a taste of his fresh, foamy wine. Nobody could explain it, but Okon's wine always tasted different, sweeter, thicker, and stronger than everyone else's. They said his trees gave more sap than 10 others combined. They said the spirits must have blessed his palms. But Okon never spoke about it. Until one stormy night. The rain was heavy, the wind restless. Okon realized he'd left his tapping knife stuck in one of the farthest palm trees. Fearing it might rust, he took a torch and climbed out into the night. As he climbed the tree, lightning flashed, and that's when he saw it. From the spot where he had cut earlier, the sap was dripping, not white, but golden. Each drop shimmered under the moonlight, glowing like liquid sunlight. Okon blinked, thinking the rain was playing tricks on him. But when he held his calabash under it, the liquid sparkled, and the moment it touched the god, it hardened into pure gold. He froze. His heart pounded. He didn't know whether to scream or dance. By morning, he rushed to the palace of the village chief. Trembling, he poured out the golden drops before the old man. The chief stared silently, then spoke in a deep, slow voice. Okon, what you have found is not of this world. The palm trees are the veins of the earth. Their sap carries life, and sometimes, spirits. The gold you see is a gift, but only if you honor it each night. Before you drink or sell, you must pour the first calabash for me, not for me as a man, but for the gods I represent. Only then will your blessing remain pure. Okon bowed deeply and agreed. And so began his night of fortune. Each midnight, he climbed under the moonlight. And every morning, his god was full of gold. He shared the first drink with the chief faithfully, and his life transformed. He built a house of red clay and shining windows. He wore new wrappers, bought goats and cows, and even began speaking through his nose like a rich man. But with riches came whispers. Some said Okon had trapped a spirit. Others claimed he had a charm buried under his palm tree. Okon didn't care. His wealth grew, and his greed grew faster. Then, one fateful night, as thunder rolled over the sky, Okon stared at his gold pile and muttered, "Why should I keep sharing my blessing? The chief sits and drinks, while I climb trees in the cold. This time, I'll drink the first calabash myself." He smiled, not knowing that the spirits had heard him. But that night, the palm trees of Umueze did not sway like before. They stood still, as if watching. At midnight, Okon rose quietly. Even the crickets were silent. He tied his tapping rope around his waist and climbed the tallest palm, the one that had first dripped gold. The wind hissed through the leaves, whispering warnings he ignored. He made his cut, and as usual, the golden drops began to fall. His heart raced. He held the calabash under the glowing liquid, watching it fill slowly, until the god pulsed with golden light. He stared at it greedily, eyes wide, breathing hard. Then, he lifted it to his lips. The first sip was warm. The second, hot. The third, burning. Suddenly, his eyes bulged. His throat tightened. He dropped the calabash, gasping for air. Inside his belly, he felt something, hard and heavy, forming. He clutched his stomach, stumbling down the tree, groaning in pain. When he hit the ground, he could hear it clearly, clink, 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 like coins falling into a jar. By dawn, Okon's wife found him lying beside the tree, still and swollen. His belly was round and shining like polished brass. When the villagers gathered, they were horrified. The chief came, looked down at the lifeless man, and said quietly, "The gods are generous, but they hate greed. When a man drinks from the cup of spirits alone, the spirits would drink from him in return. They buried Okon beneath that same palm tree. But since that day, no one in Umueze taps palm wine at midnight. Because when the moon is full, and the wind passes through the trees, people say they can still hear the faint clinking of coins deep beneath the earth.